heard a lot tonight about things that matter to your local tech community. You've heard about values that we share, and what I want to talk to you about is how you can visualize these things and make it possible for someone, a young person, to understand what they need to do in order to join us. So I'm going to talk about digital badges. And digital badges have existed, long before the concept of digital. You see some images from heraldry in the Middle Ages and achievements that are visual that you can wear on your sleeve. But once you add digital to the equation, badges make perfect sense as part of our identity as we express it in gaming platforms or social media. And within these spaces, it can form an important wayfinding tool for folks who are getting started to understand what matters to that community and how they can get started and look at the achievements that people have done before. The problem is that in those spaces, the data is all owned by some big company that mediates your experience there. And you can't mix and match it and bring it out of that space and make it part of your meaningful interaction in the real world. So we started the Open Badges standard several years ago as a way to make portable and verifiable achievements that you can bring anywhere you want to have a conversation about what matters to your community and how you've exhibited the skills that matter there. They can represent achievements big or small, big like a degree or mastery of a competency, or small and playful. But even those small things can add together to paint a picture of meaningful engagement in the community over time. And once you have an open badge, you can take it with you. You can bring it into software that you control. You can put in your email signature and just share it with anyone you want to have a conversation about, what matters to you. So far today we have thousands of companies recognizing millions of achievements in and out of education using this standard. Started in 2010 or so with a collaboration between the MacArthur Foundation and the Mozilla Foundation, who wrote some of the original open source software and the original versions of the Open Badges spec. And now we're working with dozens of companies worldwide on standardizing this further with an IMS Global, which is a global standards body. So the real question is, how do you build badges that have value in a community? And I think the real answer is community. The community is actually what brings the value to a badge. Because you have these different roles that are occupied, and in order to have value around a badge, you need to have every niche filled. You need to have people learning. You need to have people recognizing those achievements with the same type of common token. And then you need to have someone on the other end trying to understand those achievements, the consumer, if you will. Someone who's willing to take a look at it, understand it, and turn it back into some kind of real-world value in the space, like a job opportunity or a promotion, perhaps. So one organization, not in our area yet, that's doing a great job at this is LRNG, which is building this type of network at the scale of a large city, with dozens of local institutions recognizing achievements with badges, and then others turning those back into things like internships and other opportunities. We're going to try and build that same sort of thing in Lane County. And the idea is to build a map of things that matter here locally. Here are the skills that matter. Put those out where it's visible and showcase all of the different achievements that point to how you can get recognized for that thing. And that builds trust when you have that type of understanding, meaning of what badges represent, who else might trust them in the community, and then of course that verification layer of the standard. So here in Lane County, we have a growing tech industry. There's lots of opportunities coming our way, and we need to help the young people who are coming up around us understand how that they can get on the train, especially those who are coming from poorer or disadvantaged backgrounds. They need to understand what they can do locally to see the signposts, access opportunities, and then showcase their achievements in a way that matters to you, the tech employers in the local community, so we can improve our diversity and access to everything here. So we're going to build, with the TAO and Lane ESD, a learning pathway that includes achievements like 21st century skills, local in-school curricular activities as well as extracurriculars, and then recognizing the types of opportunities high schoolers have available, like in the tech industry already, like job shadows, career fairs, and internships, recognizing all of these with badges that because we're working in a community, we hope will have really high value in signifying what's really important to us here in Lane County. Now, you can get involved in this too. You can look at the achievements that are happening around you and start recognizing them using open standards and use the easy-to-use tools that are free out there. And of course, the most important part is to bring in your networks. If you've got definitions that matter to you, bring them in. One last thing, in order to get things kick-started, we are going to recognize each of your participation here, speakers and attendees, with a digital badge. So check your email early next week. Thanks.